Today's question: how do you stop yourself from the mental craving to eat? This is a great question, and I love the fact that you put an emphasis on the mental craving to eat, because there's a difference between the mental craving to eat and the physical craving to eat. See, your physical craving to eat comes from the body actually removing the chemical constituents of the food you're craving. So as your body detox the Snickers bar out, you start to crave the Snickers bar. Okay? And that is pretty easy to understand, and it's easy to combat if you understand it. For example, when I was doing my fasting, I craved Sloppy Joe. Now, keep in mind, I hadn't had Sloppy Joe since I was a boy. My mom used to make Sloppy Joe for me when I was a child. I mean, we're talking 15, 20 years ago, easy, since I had Sloppy Joe. So how was I experiencing a craving for something I hadn't eaten in so long? It's because you are what you eat, and what you eat becomes a part of your blood and your chemistry. And when you detox that out, you experience a craving. So that's your physical craving. Your mental craving is usually habits. We are very habitual creatures. So at noon every day, you eat your lunch. You're going to have a mental craving there. You're going to be thinking about what you're going to eat. Oops, I'm fasting. I forgot. And that becomes a mental struggle. We also, when it comes to mental cravings, we get triggered. We get triggered by people, places, and things. So before you even start your fasting, understanding what are these mental triggers? Like what are the things that trigger me want to eat? And this is why we developed the AHA journal. Because what you could do with the AHA fasting journal is you could create a little space for you to talk about your mental cravings. So that way you keep the journal on you. It'll fit in your purse, or it'll fit in your bag, or fit in your backpack, or whatever the case may be. And you just take it out when you have a mental craving, and you look at what caused that mental craving, and you make a list. And as you're making this list, you're going to become more aware of these things that cause the mental cravings. And then you can start approaching these people, places, and things individually to eliminate or dampen the effect they have on you. Now, that sounds like a lot of work. Yeah, it is. The whole wellness journey, especially when it comes to the mental work, it has to be very intentional. Now, there are some cheats. If you can push yourself through sheer mental fortitude to fast for 10 days or longer on a regular basis, we're talking 2, 3, 4 times, then what you'll find is that there is a mental detox that happens. And so that's like a cheat. But the problem is, I'm assuming the mental cravings get you before the 10 days, right? So, but if you want the cheat, if you could do it, that's the cheat. You're going to start experiencing mental and emotional detox between day 10 and usually 14 if you're doing a pure water fast, okay? So be intentional about identifying what are the things that are causing you to kind of triggering you to want to eat. Approach those people, places, and things ahead of time, and do your best to just simply deal with that in whatever way. I can't, go through all this. This is kind of more of an individual thing. You'll have to figure it out on your own, but that's a way to get ahead of it. Okay. All of the prep work and things that we do before we actually start the fast help as well. So mentally, as you are prepping for your fast, you could be doing some of this identification work, and you can challenge yourself not to eat in those moments when you are being stimulated to want to eat for whatever reason. Even though you're not fasting yet, you could just challenge yourself to avoid eating in that moment. And how long does a moment last? I would say anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour. So if you have a situation going on right now, whatever that situation is, it could just simply be because it's time to eat. Okay, 12 o'clock, it's time to eat. You say, okay, we're not going there today. We're not going there today. And you push that eating window out 30 minutes to an hour. And that's just a great practice you could do during your preparation to help you with the mental challenge, the desire to want to just eat mentally. All right.